Good day to everyone. Welcome to our next lecture. Today we'll talk about how to see off a foreign delegation or just diplomatic mission. Today's our lecture will be very short, and especially we'll give some very useful hints about the seeing off and about the rules of how to see off the foreign guests or diplomatic mission. So let's begin our lecture. Look at the picture on the screen. You are right. A diplomatic person or diplomatic body or diplomatic mission is leaving the country. Looking at the face, you can see that he is pleased. He is happy. To see the smile on the face of a guest, that means a result of an action, result of activity, result of the organizing this meeting and seeing off process by you. If a guest pleased of everything, that means you did a job well. That means you are on the right way. The order of seeing off a foreign delegation must correspond to the order of its meeting. On the screen you can see the people who keep the balance. That means how you meet, you have to keep the same etiquette, the same level of preparation while seeing them off. It should be equal. If you meet the guest with the highest attention and while seeing him off, you will not show any kind of attention. He will, of course, be unpleased. Dissatisfaction you can see on his face. So, meeting process as well as seeing off process should be at the same level in the means of preparation. So, remember, both beginning and the ending process concerning to the just official visit of foreign delegation should be equal. If you want your guest to have pleased face, prepare carefully for seeing off ceremony. As a rule, at the end of the meeting, the owner of the cabinet is the first to get up from the table and goes to the place where he met the delegation. So that means guest stands up first and then he moves to the place where he met the delegation. Especially when we meet or when we have a guest at home, we have got our tasks, the tasks of the host. Especially we see them off and we make more movement and actions and show respect to them. The person in charge of the delegation must lead them out of the office, escort them to their next destination or a car. Look at the screen. You can see the car and the location or the places of the participants or the people who will share the room in the car. Where the first person will sit, where the second person will sit or wife, and the place of the interpreter you can see on the screen. The owner of the cabinet or the host, the head of the host delegation, will arrive there on his own. That means, especially who receives the guest will arrive to the seeing off place or to the airport on his own car or just separately with a guest. The send-offs are usually attended by the same persons who participated in the meeting. However, this is optional, especially if you met that person yourself, you have to see them off. That is the etiquette rule. If the head of the country met the foreign delegation, it's preferable him to see them off. The organization of the farewell may depend on custom, on the level of delegation, and finally, sometimes on the results of negotiations. If the negotiations ended with a happy end, that means the result will be seen on seeing off ceremony. At the meetings, the mutual official introduction of delegations and the change of business cards are held. Especially they exchange the cards in order to continue the further negotiations, cooperation. It's important to take into account the national traditions of the country that the guest represents. We should take into consideration his age, his hobbies, his interests. Especially when you are given some kind of gift that is very necessary for you, you will be happy. So, when guests arrive, a diplomatic mission arrives, they advise organizers should be advised just to take into consideration their national traditions while choosing a gift for him. But the cost does not exceed the fixed limit, especially if the price should be normal. When working abroad, it is appropriate to have business cards in the language of the country of accreditation, in English, French, or any just other languages. The presence of national symbols or symbols of the host organization or a company on the souvenir is essential. It is advisable to avoid repeating gift. If you gave it before, you shouldn't repeat or shouldn't give it again and again the same thing. The interests of the guest should be taken into consideration. For example, if he likes fishing, so why not to present him the set for fishing or spinning set for fishing as a gift? Because he likes fishing, especially seeing this kind of set, of course he will be pleased and he will be very happy. Or he's a fan of football, or he's a fan of tennis. Why not to give the item of them, the item of these sport games? Of course, that person will be highly appreciated by the gift that is given by you. It doesn't matter how the present is big or small. The first thing is attention. And attention should be taken, given with care. During official visits, the protocol services of both parties agree in advance on the simultaneous transfer of memorable souvenirs. And when we speak about seeing them off at the airport, the same preparation concerning to the flags, to the red carpet, to the translator, as well as military forces, some kind of musics, all of them just concerns to the seeing ceremony as well. Official bodies, participants, and special members of hosting company or hosting country should take part. And so at the end of the course we can say that the meeting ceremony and of course the seeing off ceremony depends on the organizer's responsibility. If you are responsible for everything, of course the diplomatic mission will have a pleasant mood while leaving your country. That's it for today. That's it of the course. Thank you for your attention, for being with us. Thank you.